like a question I chose not to answer. The morning hasn't fully arrived, but something in me already left. Familiar streets hold their breath, as if they know I won't return the same. Every corner keeps a version of me. I no longer know how to remain. It isn't courage, not really, just a quiet refusal to stay still. Some departures don't feel like freedom, but leaving anyway, against your will. So I close the door without looking back, and let the silence follow me through. Sometimes becoming someone new begins before you're ready to. It isn't courage, not really, just a quiet refusal to stay still. Some departures don't feel like freedom, but leaving anyway, against your will. So I close the door without looking back, and let the silence follow me through. Sometimes becoming someone new begins before you're ready to. My way to New York. The plane lifts through a pale blue sky, and the city I knew becomes smaller than my doubts. Familiar streets fold into silence, like a letter I didn't finish writing. I carry names I don't say out loud, old laughter that still lingers somewhere. A life I built with careful hands, now resting quietly in another place. I told myself this was the right time to follow something I could not explain. But courage does not feel like fire, it feels sit by the window between who I was and who I might become, with a quiet page resting on my knees. Not every beginning needs to be written clearly. Some of them are only felt before they are understood. And somewhere above the clouds, something unnamed in me begins to form. I told myself this was the right time to follow something I could not explain. But courage does not feel like fire. It feels like leaving with a trembling hand. Somewhere ahead there is a city that does not know my name. New York, like a distant rhythm I have yet to learn. So I sit by the window between who I was and who I might become, with a quiet page resting on my knees. Not every beginning needs to be written clearly. Some of them are only felt before they are understood. And somewhere above the clouds, something unnamed in me begins to form. A quiet step into the noise. The streets don't wait here, they move like a language I don't yet understand. Lights change before I decide which direction I belong to. People pass like unfinished sentences, each carrying their own gravity. And I am here, holding a map inside me that no longer works. There's a kind of loneliness that only exists in crowded places, where no one sees the quiet question you keep asking yourself. So I pause at a corner, though the light has already changed, and let the city move around me, as if I don't have to keep up just yet. Maybe not knowing is not something to fix. Maybe it is simply where I am, and somehow that is how it begins. There's a kind of loneliness that only exists in crowded places, where no one sees the quiet question you keep asking yourself. So I pause at a corner, though the light has already changed, and let the city move around me, as if I don't have to keep up just yet. Maybe not knowing is not something missing. Maybe it is simply where I am, and somehow that is how it begins. The buildings rise like questions I don't yet know how to read. Lights flicker in 1,000 windows, none of them belong to me. The room feels temporary, even with my things in place, as if I'm borrowing a life I haven't learned how to face. I thought arrival meant clarity, a sense of finally knowing where to be. But the city keeps its distance and quietly rearranges me. So I sit with unfamiliar silence, wrapped in a borrowed view. Sometimes the first step forward feels like disappearing too. I thought arrival meant clarity, a sense of finally knowing where to be. But the city keeps its distance and quietly rearranges me. So I make tea in a borrowed kitchen and listen to my own breathing, as if it could guide me home. Da-dee-da. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. The room is small, but it echoes with everything I left behind. A suitcase half open, like a conversation I don't know how to continue. Evenings arrive too quietly here, no one calls my name, and time stretches in unfamiliar ways between the walls. I thought becoming would feel like rising, but sometimes it feels like sitting with all the doubt I carried with me, and listening without turning away. So I open my notebook and let the page stay simple. Just a few lines, but don't try to explain. The silence is still here, but it feels different now. Like something that is not empty, just waiting. And in this quiet room with nothing resolved, I begin to hear myself more clearly. I thought becoming would feel like rising, but maybe it is quieter than that. Maybe it is learning to sit with yourself and not needing to leave. So I open my notebook and let the page stay soft. Not everything needs to make sense today. Outside, the city moves in ways I don't follow yet, but inside this small room, something in me stays, and slowly that feels enough. Da-di-da-da, dun-dun. Da-di-da. Every table holds a conversation I'm not a part of today. Voices rise and fall like music that gently keeps me away. I sit with my notebook open, but the words refuse to land. It's strange how loud a city can be while no one reaches your hand. Loneliness here feels different, not empty but overfilled, like standing in the middle of everything and somehow being still. So I sip something warm to feel a little grounded and let the moment quietly pass. Sometimes being unseen in the middle of a crowd reveals the quiet spaces we haven't met within. And in that gentle distance between others and myself, I begin to notice softly who I am without the noise. So I sip something warm and let the moment soften as voices blur gently into the background. Sometimes being unseen in a room full of faces becomes a quiet window opening inward. And in that silent space where no one calls my name, I begin to recognize a self I couldn't hear. here before. Ta-dee, ta-dee-da, ta-dee, ta-dee, da, ta-dee-da. I learned the rhythm of morning trains and how to stand without feeling lost. The barista remembers how I take my coffee, and it feels like something steady. I walk the same street twice on purpose, just to feel a little familiar, and slowly the city softens around my edges. There are moments that shift everything, but they rarely arrive alone. They grow from quiet changes we almost never notice. Only small steps that quietly gather into something that feels like ground. And one day, without noticing, the weight I carried feels a little lighter. I stop asking if I belong here and begin to understand. I have been arriving in pieces all along. So I keep walking, not to become someone new, but to meet myself as I am. There are moments that shift everything, but they rarely arrive alone. They grow from quiet changes we almost never notice. Only small steps that quietly gather into something that feels like ground. And one day, without noticing, the weight I carried feels a little lighter. I stop asking if I belong here and begin to understand. I have been arriving in pieces all along. So I keep walking, not to become someone new, but to meet myself as I am. La la la, la la la. Morning coffee, same corner, a rhythm starting to appear. The barista almost recognizes me, and somehow that feels sincere. I learn the streets by walking, not by maps or careful plans, letting repetition soften what I don't yet understand. There's comfort in small consistencies, in days that quietly repeat. Life doesn't arrive all at once, it gathers in pieces we keep. So I hold on to these small patterns like threads I'm learning inconsistencies in days that quietly repeat. A life doesn't arrive all at once, it gathers in pieces we keep. So I hold on to these small patterns like threads I'm learning to weave. Sometimes belonging begins in the smallest things we believe. I catch my reflection in the glass and pause a little longer now. There's something unfamiliar in the way I carry myself somehow. Not stronger, not weaker, just shaped by what I've crossed. A quiet kind of clarity born from being lost. The person I was before still lingers in gentle ways, but she no longer defines me, just walks beside my days. So I meet my own reflection without needing to explain. Sometimes becoming yourself is letting go of a name. Person I was before still lingers in gentle ways, but she no longer defines me, just walks beside my days. So I meet my own reflection without needing to explain. Sometimes becoming yourself is letting go of a name. I wouldn't say I've arrived, but I no longer feel misplaced. There's a softness in not knowing that I've finally embraced. The city has not changed me, it has only shown me the parts of myself I had not yet met. But those old memories I carry that remain unclear, in becoming someone slowly without needing to appear. So I walk through the evening quietly, not searching like before. Somewhere between lost and becoming, I find a softer way to stay. And for the first time, it feels like I am not arriving, but growing into place. Those old memories I carry, old laughter that still lingers somewhere. There's beauty in unfinished stories, in paths that remain unclear, in becoming someone slowly without needing to appear. So I walk through the evening quietly, not searching like before. Somewhere between lost and becoming, I find a softer way to stay. And for the first time, it feels like I am not arriving, but growing into place. Should-do-do-do, should-do-do. The suitcase waits by the doorway, like a question I chose not to answer. The morning hasn't fully arrived, but something in me already left. Familiar streets hold their breath, as if they know I won't return the same. Every corner keeps a version of me. I no longer know how to remain. It isn't courage, not really, just a quiet refusal to stay still. Some departures don't feel like freedom, but leaving anyway, against your will. So I close the door without looking back, and let the silence follow me through. Sometimes becoming someone new begins before you're ready to. isn't courage, not really. Just a quiet refusal to stay still. Some departures don't feel like freedom, but leaving anyway, against your will. So I closed the door without looking back and let the silence follow me through. Sometimes becoming someone new begins before you're ready to. My way to New York. The plane lifts through a pale blue sky, and the city I knew becomes smaller than my doubts. Familiar streets fold into silence, like a letter I didn't finish writing. I carry names I don't say out loud, old laughter that still lingers somewhere. A life I built with careful hands, now resting quietly in another place. I told myself this was the right time to follow something I could not explain. But courage does not feel like fire. It feels like leaving with a trembling hand. Somewhere ahead there is a city that does not know my name. New York, like a distant rhythm I have yet to learn. So I sit by the window between who I was and who I might become, with a quiet page resting on my knees. Not every beginning needs to be written clearly. Some of them are only felt before they are understood. And somewhere above the clouds, something unnamed in me begins to form. I told myself this was the right time to follow something I could not explain. But courage does not feel like fire. It feels like leaving with a trembling hand. Somewhere ahead there is a city that does not know my name. New York, like a distant rhythm I have yet to learn. So near the quiet page, resting on my knees. Not every beginning needs to be written clearly. Some of them are only felt before they are understood. And somewhere above the clouds, something unnamed in me begins to form. A quiet step into the noise. The streets don't wait here, they move like a language I don't yet understand. Lights change before I decide which direction I belong to. People pass like unfinished sentences, each carrying their own gravity. And I am here, holding a map inside me that no longer works. There's a kind of loneliness that only exists in crowded places, where no one sees the quiet question you keep asking yourself. So I pause at a corner, though the light has already changed, and let the city move around me, as if I don't have to keep up just yet. Maybe not knowing is not something to fix. Maybe it is simply where I am, and somehow that is how it begins. There's a kind of loneliness that only exists in crowded places, where no one sees the quiet question you keep asking yourself. So I pause at a corner, though the light has already changed, and let the city move around me, as if I don't have to keep up just yet. Maybe not knowing is not something missing. Maybe it is simply where I am, and somehow that is how it begins. The buildings rise like questions I don't yet know how to read. Lights flicker in 1,000 windows, none of them belong to me. The room feels temporary, even with my things in place, as if I'm borrowing a life I haven't learned how to face. I thought arrival meant clarity, a sense of finally knowing where to city keeps its distance and quietly rearranges me. So I sit with unfamiliar silence, wrapped in a borrowed view. Sometimes the first step forward feels like disappearing too. I thought arrival meant clarity, a sense of finally knowing where to be. But the city keeps its distance and quietly rearranges me. So I make tea in a borrowed kitchen and listen to my own breathing as if it could guide me home. Da-dee-da. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. The room is small, but it echoes with everything I left behind. A suitcase half open, like a conversation I don't know how to continue. Evenings arrive too quietly here. No one calls my name, and time stretches in unfamiliar ways between the walls. I thought becoming would feel like rising, but sometimes it feels like sitting with all the doubt I carried with me and listening without turning away. So I open my notebook and let the page stay simple. Just a few lines that don't try to explain. The silence is still here, but it feels different now, like something that is not empty, just waiting. And in this quiet room with nothing resolved, I begin to hear myself more clearly. I thought becoming would feel like rising, but maybe it is quieter than that. Maybe it is learning to sit with yourself and not needing to leave. So I open my notebook and let the page stay soft. Not everything needs to make sense today. Outside, the city moves in ways I don't follow yet, but inside this small room, something in me stays. and slowly that feels enough. Da-di-da-da, dun-dun. Da-di-da. Every table holds a conversation I'm not a part of today. Voices rise and fall like music that gently keeps me away. I sit with my notebook open, but the words refuse to land. It's strange how loud a city can be while no one reaches your hand. Loneliness here feels different, not empty but overfilled, like standing in the middle of everything and somehow being still. So I sip something warm to feel a little grounded and let the moment quietly pass. Sometimes being unseen in the middle of a crowd reveals the quiet spaces we haven't met within. And in that gentle distance between others and myself, I begin to notice softly who I am without the noise. So I sip something warm and let the moment soften as voices blur gently into the background. Sometimes being unseen in a room full of faces becomes a quiet window opening inward. And in that silent space where no one calls my name, I begin to recognize a self I couldn't hear before. Ta-dee, ta-dee-da, ta-dee, ta-dee, da, ta-dee-da. I learned the rhythm of morning trains and how to stand without feeling lost. The barista remembers how I take my coffee, and it feels like something steady. I walk the same street twice on purpose, just to feel a little familiar. And slowly the city softens around my edges. There are moments that shift everything, but they rarely arrive alone. They grow from quiet changes we almost never notice. Only small steps that quietly gather into something that feels like ground. And one day, without noticing, the weight I carried feels a little lighter. I stop asking if I belong here and begin to understand. I have been arriving in pieces all along, so I keep walking, not to become someone new, but to meet myself as I am. There are moments that shift everything, but they rarely arrive alone. They grow from quiet changes we almost never notice, only small steps that quietly gather into something that feels like ground. And one day, without noticing, the weight I carried feels a little lighter. I stop asking if I belong here and begin to understand. I have been arriving in pieces all along, so I keep walking, not to become someone new, but to meet myself as I am. La la la, la la la. Morning coffee, same corner, a rhythm starting to appear. The barista almost recognizes me, and somehow that feels sincere. I learn the streets by walking, not by maps or careful plans, letting repetition soften what I don't yet understand. There's comfort in small consistencies, in days that quietly repeat. Life doesn't arrive all at once, it gathers in pieces we keep. So I hold on to these small patterns, like threads I'm learning to weave. Sometimes belonging begins in the smallest things we believe. Da da da, da 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 da. reflection in the glass and pause a little longer now. There's something unfamiliar in the way I carry myself somehow. Not stronger, not weaker, just shaped by what I've crossed. A quiet kind of clarity born from being lost. The person I was before still lingers in gentle ways, but she no longer defines me, just walks beside my days. So I meet my own reflection without needing to explain. Sometimes becoming yourself is letting go of a name. The person I was before still lingers in gentle ways, but she no longer defines me, just walks beside my days. So I meet my own reflection without needing to explain. Sometimes becoming yourself is letting go of a name. I wouldn't say I've arrived, but I no longer feel misplaced. There's a softness in not knowing that I've finally embraced. The city has not changed me, it has only shown me the parts of myself I had not yet met. But those old memories I carry, old laughter that still lingers somewhere. There's beauty in unfinished stories, in paths that remain unclear, in becoming someone slowly without needing to appear. So I walk through the evening quietly, not searching like before. Somewhere between lost and becoming, I find a softer way to stay. And for the first time, it feels like I am not arriving, but growing into place. those old memories I carry, old laughter that still lingers somewhere. There's beauty in unfinished stories, in paths that remain unclear, in becoming someone slowly without needing to appear. So I walk through the evening quietly, not searching like before. Somewhere between lost and becoming, I find a softer way to stay. And for the first time, it feels like I am not arriving, but growing into place. Should-do-do-do, should-do-do. Mm-hmm.